Hello everybody from Plant Reviews, today 24th of May, and I will talk now about Allium schubertii, or tumbleweed onion. This ornamental onion belongs to the family Amaryllidaceae in the subfamily Alioideae, and it is distributed in the wild in Western Asia, particularly around Israel, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, Turkey, and Turkestan and Iran. It is a perennial, and this plant grows from an underground bulb. The leaves are quite short for an allium. These are the leaves, and actually not very large as well. So this is one allium that can be pretty easily planted with other plants around that are still not too tall in order to allow it to have enough sunlight. Indeed, as you can see, I have with some nerine and some strawberries around, some lilies at the back, but they do not put any shade on the allium. Indeed, you can see is in full sun. The plant can grow up to 50 centimeters tall, and again the foliage, as you can see, starts withering. Well, actually this is also a bit eaten probably with slugs, but you can see that the foliage is also withering during the flower display. So it is for ornamental purposes very recommendable to have other perennials around that can mask the withering foliage. The flower is one of the most spectacular flower of any garden flowers, really, and probably the most spectacular in the Allium genus. As you can see from the center, the flower is kind of an umbel, and it consists of about 50 or 100 or even more star-shaped flowers with 6 tepals. They have a color of like a pinkish, purplish, yeah, I would say light purple color. The flowers are basically produced on stems, as you can see, of different lengths. Some are shorter in the centers, but others have much longer length. And basically sometimes the length is up to, I would say, 10 times longer in the external stems than in the central stems, and the overall effect is like a starburst. It really looks like a firework, both from the side and from the top, as you can see. It is really one of a kind allium, the Allium schubertii. Indeed, some people call it the firework allium. The overall width of the flower head can be over 30 centimeters across, and it is nice not only as a fresh flower, both in the garden as cut flower, but also the dried flower head keep this beautiful shape of firework, and they are considered very ornamental as well in the dry flower, as a dry flower arrangement. It is therefore really a flower head that you can last very long in your flower arrangements. The plant itself is about 50 centimeters tall and can live up to 5 years. In UK is perfectly hardy, and actually it can be hardly up to zone USDA zone 5, so it is hardly throughout UK. However, it needs well-drained soil and full sun. Therefore, it is really recommendable to have it in very light soil. Otherwise, if the drainage is not optimal, the bulb can very easily rot, and obviously the plant will not live that long. The bulbs are very easily found both in garden centers and online. Need to be planted in autumn. The leaves will start sprouting in winter, and it will bloom in late spring. The propagation of the Allium is done through a very peculiar feature that of this species that makes this species get the name of tumbleweed onion. Basically, the top of the flower head, when the flower is dry, basically drops down from the stem and start tumbling over and over, round and round, among the land pushed by the winds, and really looks like the famous tumbleweeds of the far western. Basically, this flower head rolling around, pushed by the wind, they spread their seeds while they are moved around. Therefore, in this way, the tumbleweed onion spread its seeds and spread them around over a very vast area, therefore avoiding the seeds being too crowded in only one place. This is an absolutely, as you can see, gorgeous plant that you can have in the garden. It is obviously my favorite allium in the garden. The flowers, unfortunately, are very slightly fragrant, but it is one of the best flowers for if you want a showy arrangement, a showy flower in the mid part of the border. Again, is just 50 centimeters tall, so it's not a very tall allium like many other varieties. Another feature to consider is that this ornamental onion, as many onion, can be poisonous to dogs and cats, so remember to please keep them, monitor them in a way that they don't end up eating any part of the plant. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.